Hey everybody, it's great to see you again. I wanted to share a message with you today. This is a story from the Old Testament, and this is a story about 10 terrible things and what happened because of them. So we're going to be talking about a time in the Bible when Moses was alive and how Moses went from being a slave to a prince to a great deliverer, and what happened throughout his life, particularly when he was a little bit older. And what was happening is there was a king of Egypt, and his name was Pharaoh, and he really wanted to be the most powerful king. And so there were people from Israel, they were Hebrew people, and they were all living in Egypt. So Pharaoh became afraid, and he didn't want all those people getting his power. And so he put a limit on how many people there could be. The firstborn son was not a good thing. And then, even worse, he put the people into slavery. That's right. He chained them up, treated them as his property, and he wasn't very nice. Slavery is not a good thing. So anyway, these Egyptians, they did not believe in God. They worshiped gods and goddesses. They look something like this. And so instead of believing in a God that was all powerful, they believed in these gods and goddesses were responsible for different things that happened in the world, different people's emotions, just about everything they had different gods and goddesses for. And there were many of them. They did not believe in God the Father, the God that we believe in, who is all powerful. And so God spoke to Moses, and they came to Pharaoh, and he said, you need to let my people go. And God saw that Pharaoh's heart was hardened. He didn't have a good heart. And so continuously, when God said to Pharaoh, let my people go, Pharaoh said, no, I will not let your people go. And so God started to get a little bit upset, and so he decided to teach Pharaoh a good lesson. And so he sent these 10 terrible things to come upon the people to prove that he was all powerful. For instance, he sent to fill up all the lakes and rivers. Instead of flowing clean water, he filled them with blood for 7 days, and it was yucky. And all the fish started to die, and it became very, very stinky. It was not good. And so he asked Pharaoh again to let my people go. And again, Pharaoh kept saying no. And so God brought him another plague upon the people. This time it was frogs. And everywhere you went, there was frogs hopping around. They were in your homes, in your closet, in your shoes. And then pretty soon, the frogs started to get stinky too. It was not good. Well, again, Pharaoh kept saying no, and God kept doing things. He kept sending things like itchy bugs, and they were everywhere in people's hair, and they were just yucky, and all the livestock started to get sick, and there was no food. He sent bugs all around, and they were itchy bugs, and there were locusts flying in the air, and they were everywhere. But Pharaoh kept saying no. His heart was so hard. God sent darkness, and people were afraid. They couldn't even see each other for 3 whole days. Well, through all this, what actually happened is that the people came together and they were brought back to Israel. And so they were actually united. So sometimes yucky things happen like plagues or sickness. And right now we're in a unique time where everybody's staying at home, and you might not be able to see your friends or go to school or do the same things that you usually do and want to do. But it's important to remember that this is a story that we're all part of. And so Just like God knows our heart, He knew Pharaoh's heart. Remember that He knows your heart too, and He knows if your heart is a good heart, if you're showing love, if you're feeling love to one another. He knows also if we have a hard heart. So let's tell a good story and make sure that our hearts are staying good and pure, and that through all of this, we have the hope of Jesus Christ and the reassurance of a God that is all powerful and loves us. So no matter what we go through, no matter what seems scary or icky or stinky or dirty, God's love is all powerful, and we will get through this together in the end. All right, you guys have a great day. There's some take-at-home materials for you to do this week. They're really fun. I would encourage you to do some of the activities, some of the cooking and artwork. There's a fun science one. Get outside, enjoy the day, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye.